but they're fine with, oh, housing goes through, oh, this is all good. The value. Nobody knows what the hell the word means anymore. I mean, we know they're talking about the price when they say, oh, the value, home values. We all know that's the cost, the burden, the price you got to pay. It's an essential human need, for God's sake. Let them try that crap with the grocery store. They're both essential human needs, aren't they? You see how screwed up we are as a society? How ungodly we are? How anti-Christian we are? How unethical, how immoral we are? America's a fallen nation. We had good principles and precepts at one point. We really did. We still got the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. I have free speech because I'm American. I'm a very patriotic guy, but we've fallen hard, man. We've let the rest of the world down because they've been looking at us as beacons of freedom and, exemplars of that. We're supposed to be the archetype of freedom and justice for all and all this good crap. We dropped the ball, man. These evil men, they've done this to us it took a long time. I mean, could you imagine in the early 60s when $1 an hour would afford you a middle-class life, your wife could stay home if she wanted to and take care of the family, easily pay the mortgage on your house, have a car and everything else, save money, go out to dinner, movies, all that crap at one time on a minimum wage job. Now, what do you got? Do you think that happened overnight? Could you imagine if they told them, yeah, you're still going to get that dollar. In fact, we'll have to give you a raise because, X is going way up in price. And so, your money's going to be worth a lot less. Okay, just swallow that pill, American public. Yeah, that stupid federal minimum wage law, we didn't like that thing at all. So we got rid of that. That's bygone era. That was the heydays. But now, no. We're going to pay you what you're really worth, a nickel. Because that's how much it's been devalued in that time. Do wages reflect that? We talk about $15 an hour. What $15 an hour going to get you in San Francisco? A corner of a garage, literally. So, all this crap that these people foist upon the public is negative. It's bad. It's frustrating. It makes us feel angry and vulnerable, and it creates a sense of fragility. It has a very negative impact. A lot of stress, anxiety. There's a lot of fear. And, this is all crap that's discriminating. It's biased. It picks on people, and it's unfair as hell. So it's really bad, and it really affects our society as a whole in a very negative fashion. And all of us, we simply can't be happy. So we got to remember God is the only one, who can help us sort all this crap out and, all these complicated aspects involved in simply being a human being and having forced to live in a world run by evil men. So that's the best advice I could give anyone is that, it's that one that God only can understand. I mean, there's some stuff that, nobody can help us with. Friends, family, pastors, psychologists, psychiatrists, counselors, therapists. Nobody can help us with some stuff. It's all like that for everybody. I'm sorry, you're no different. There's some stuff that we've got to take to our owner. It's the only way that we can deal with it. It's the only way. It's the only answer. We got to understand nothing is as it should be, neither organically or artificially. I mean, artificially it's invented by evil men, not the good men artificially, but evil men. Okay, this is not the way it should be, but it's the way it is. It's what we have to deal with. And we're in bad shape. We're in a lot of trouble. Okay, and it's going to take a personal one-on-one relationship individually and collectively to extricate ourselves from the maws of these evil men. But it's going to be traumatic because they're not going to go down without a fight, and human beings simply can't fight them. It's not going to be through a violent confrontation like it has historically. This point in history is completely unique. This is what the scriptures talk about as the days before the end of the age. Okay, that's what it amounts to. And a new age is implemented. It's ushered in at that time. And that's what we're starting to see. The rubber's starting to meet the road, and the evildoers can't resist the hand, the finger of God when it's working through the people. The people aren't cowards. We're standing up to these people, and we're saying, hey, we just want to live in peace and safety and security. We're willing that everybody have those things. We want to be free. Okay, we don't want to be in fear. We don't want to be overburdened, unduly burdened with a lot of crap. Okay, and they know it, and they know historically what's happened is bloody revolutions, but they can't do it. They're not going to get away with it this time. It's not going to work. The people are too wise. They're too smart. They're too learned. Okay, and this is prophesied, the last book in Daniel. Daniel's Old Testament, but he was a prophet. And it said that's the only time humanity will really understand this, is you'll know there will be something that will denote an extreme leap in knowledge. And look at technology where we are today, because it's one and the same. And that's how the truth gets out, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And that's that's the lips of God we're talking about, cosmic truth. Okay, that is unchallengeable truth. That's irrefutable truth. That's pure, hardcore truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Okay, and that really cuts to the chase. And the chase is on, and God's the one that's going to win this battle for decent humanity. So violence is out of God hates violence. So I'm a pacifist. You wonder why? It's not because I'm a coward. It's just because I hate it. I've seen too much, and I don't like it. It's despicable. I run the other way, away from it if I can. But I'll tell you what, there's a point when you got to protect the innocents, and so a pacifist becomes your fiercest fighter because they're the most restrained. They've held back like a rubber band. And then when they come at you, they always prevail because God is with them, I guess, more, because they are more restrained, and God hates violence too. So we should all hate violence. And it's good that we're at this point in history where it's going to come through knowledge, and that's God, the hand and finger of God coming through knowledge, the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth about these economic matters. It's imperative to understand, because it's written that the captives must and will one day be set free. And we may be witnessing that happening right now. And these people haven't got it figured out. But if they're just honest and repentant and say, God's right, we've been wrong, we're evil, we've been working with evil men, colluding, collaborating, whatever you want to call it. And we know we've destroyed the economies, and that's destroyed people's lives. We've created homelessness and these welfare programs that only serve to profit the fat cats, and they exacerbate the problem. A modicum of honesty. We know that all this crime, the vast majority of crime, could be prevented, and it'd be so much cheaper to do that. And we know that we need the problems to persist, to maintain our relevancy, our job security, our position in place, our prestige, our wealth, and all the accoutrements and power that can control that come with that wealth. We like it a lot. We love it more than other people, because we're willing to forsake our conscience to have those things. That's the people that rule this world. And why they rule it? Because they're bigger, badder, and meaner. And you think we don't need God's help to extricate us out of their maws? Because it's frightening. It's written in Scripture that in these last days, men's hearts are going to fail them for fear of what is coming upon the whole world. I don't like trauma. I don't like it any better for anyone than myself, because I see other human beings as my brothers and sisters. I try to see them as my children. When I do this video series, I try the same way I'm talking, and is the serious nature of it, okay, is the same way I talk to my own kids. That's the best I can give anyone. I've got no ulterior motive, okay, to not be anybody's friend. I just want to be a proper reflection of God. Okay, I want to emulate God, and just be a good friend and servant, and do what He wants me to do, because I want to be happy. And I happen to know one thing, that God is the granter, the giver of true happiness. And the only kind of happiness that's worth a damn is true happiness, as opposed to pseudo happiness, because there's one whole hell of a lot of pseudo happiness in this world. And like I said I'd love to be able to enjoy prosperity, extravagance, and be as worldly as they get. Just like every guy, we are all money lovers. But I can't do it when I know God's watching. And I said, I want God to watch, because I want to be happy, And I say, that's repulsive. I get it. The things highly valued among men are detestable in the sight of God. That starts to make sense to you. And then you start seeing great wealth as a hot potato. And then you think about the scripture that says that it's harder for a rich man to go to heaven than for a camel to fit through the eye of a needle, as a metaphor. And that we should use worldly wealth to win friends for ourselves so that we will be welcomed into eternal homes. Do you understand? I mean, money,